Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you heard anything serious about COVID in the news? Chances are it's been a while, right? Maybe a headline here or there, a new booster announcement. But for most of us, the masks are off, the gatherings are back, and life feels, well, almost normal again. But what if I told you that beneath the surface, something else is happening? Something quieter, something more dangerous. Not for everyone, but for one specific group of people, the very group who fought so hard to survive the first waves of the pandemic. This new surge could be devastating. I'm talking about our seniors. Welcome to the silent COVID surge of 2025. Now, before you scroll past or think, oh no, not again, I want you to know this video isn't about panic. It's not about doom and gloom, it's about clarity. And most of all, it's about hope. Because there's something you can do. In fact, there's a lot you can do. And if you stick with me for the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening, why it's different, and how yes, you can make a real difference. Here's what we're seeing. Hospitals around the country are reporting a slow but steady rise in COVID-related admissions. But unlike the first wave, this one isn't flooding emergency rooms overnight. It's creeping in, quietly. And the patients, they're mostly over 70. People like your grandma, your father, that sweet neighbor who walks his dog every morning. People who beat the odds back in 2020, only to face a new silent threat now. And the worst part, hardly anyone's talking about it. The media is tired. The public's exhausted. And let's be honest, most of us just want to move on. But COVID isn't done with us yet. A new variant is spreading under the radar. It's not grabbing headlines. It's not shutting down cities. But it's quietly affecting those whose bodies can't fight it off like they used to. And while the world scrolls past, seniors are getting sick. Some are being hospitalized. A few are dying without even realizing what hit them. That's why we're here. That's why this video matters. Because you deserve the truth. And the people you love, they deserve protection. So let's take a deep breath. Let's pause the noise. And let's talk. Because America may not be ready for what's coming, but you can be. Coming up next, what exactly is the silent surge? And why is it targeting seniors in 2025? Stick with me. This is just the beginning. So what is the silent surge? What exactly is happening in 2025 that has doctors and scientists paying close attention, especially when it comes to older adults? Let's break it down simply. No jargon, no science textbook explanations. Here's what you need to know. A new variant of COVID has started to spread slowly across the United States. It's called XEC25, and while you might not have heard of it on TV or social media, hospitals and nursing homes are definitely seeing the effects. Now, this variant doesn't always hit people like the early versions of COVID did. Younger folks might not even feel more than a sore throat or fatigue for a day. But for people over 65, it's different. And that's the scary part, it's different in a quiet way. Instead of loud symptoms like severe coughing or high fevers, seniors are showing up with things like sudden confusion, loss of energy, trouble walking or standing, a drop in appetite, worsening of other health issues like blood pressure or diabetes. And sometimes by the time they or their families realize something is wrong, it's already serious. Now ask yourself, if your aging parent or grandparent started feeling tired or a little off, would they say anything? Or would they just think, I'm getting older, this is normal? That's exactly why this variant is so dangerous. And here's another layer to the problem. Most of the systems we relied on back in 2020 and 2021 to fight COVID, they're gone now. Testing sites have closed. Free mass distributions have stopped. Even in many hospitals, the staff isn't screening patients the way they used to. So what happens? The virus moves quietly, it doesn't make headlines, but it's still finding people who are the least prepared to fight it. Now you might be thinking, but weren't seniors vaccinated? Yes, many were, but immunity fades, especially for older adults. And not all vaccines protect against every new variant. That's why the 2025 booster, which is designed specifically for XEC25, is so important. But guess what? A lot of people don't even know it exists yet. So here's where you come in. You don't need to be a doctor. You don't need to work in healthcare. You just need to pay attention. If you care about someone over 65, or if you are over 65, this is your chance to stay ahead of something most people don't even see coming. This video isn't about fear, it's about being informed. Because once you know the signs and the risks, you can take action. Real action. the kind that saves lives quietly, just like this variant spreads. Coming up next, I'll share 5 simple things you can do right now to protect yourself or someone you love. And don't worry, they're not complicated. You won't need fancy equipment or expert knowledge. Just a few small steps. Let's walk through them together. Now that we understand what's happening, let's talk about what we can do about it. Because yes, the threat is real, but no, you're not powerless. Far from it. In fact, the small choices you make today could mean everything for someone you love tomorrow. So let's walk through 5 simple but powerful steps that can protect seniors and bring peace of mind. And don't worry, I'll keep it easy to follow. These aren't complicated or expensive. Most can be done from the comfort of your own home. Step 1. Get the 2025 COVID booster, the one made for XCC25. This one's huge. There's a new bivalent booster for 2025 that targets the XCC25 variant specifically. And while many seniors think they're up to date, the truth is they might be protected against last year's strain, not this one. So here's what you can do. Ask your doctor, call your pharmacy, even check your local health department's website. If you or someone you care about is over 65 and hasn't gotten this specific booster in 2025, make it a priority. It's one of the best shields you have. Step 2, make indoor spaces safer. We often forget this, but the air we breathe, especially indoors, matters. Seniors spend a lot of time inside homes, apartments, community centers. So here's the trick: improve the airflow. Open windows a few times a day. Use a HEPA air purifier. They're quieter and more affordable now. If you visit a loved one, crack a window or meet outside when possible. You don't have to live in a bubble, but small changes in airflow can make a big difference in risk. Step 3, recognize the hidden signs. Early, remember how we said the symptoms in seniors are often quiet? That's why we need to pay closer attention. If someone you know starts sleeping more than usual, skipping meals, getting confused more often, having trouble with simple tasks, don't brush it off as just aging. These could be early signs of COVID. Encourage them to see a doctor. Even a virtual appointment can help. Catching the virus early gives the body a better chance to fight it. Step 4, stay connected emotionally and practically. Loneliness doesn't just hurt the heart, it weakens the immune system too. During past COVID waves, many seniors became isolated. And while physical health mattered, emotional health took a hit too. Let's do better in 2025. If you have a parent, grandparent, or neighbor who lives alone, reach out. Schedule regular calls. Drop off a small gift. Help set up telehealth or video calls. This isn't just kindness, it's part of prevention. Step 5, spread the word without the panic. Here's the truth: the silent surge thrives in silence. You don't need to be a viral influencer to make a difference. Just tell one person what you've learned today. Forward this video. Print a checklist for your community board. Ask your senior center if they've heard about the 2025 booster. You have a voice? Use it. Because while this variant spreads quietly, awareness can be just as contagious and a whole lot more helpful. Feeling a little more prepared? I hope so. Because being informed doesn't mean living in fear. It means being smart, being ready, and most of all, being kind. In the next section, I'll walk you through what you can do right now this week to take action. I'll also invite you to be part of a growing circle of people who care enough to protect our elders. Stick around. The most important part is just ahead. So now that you know what's happening and what steps can protect seniors, here's the real question. What will you do today? Because everything we just talked about only matters if we turn knowledge into action. Let's keep this simple and doable. Right now this week, I invite you to take these next steps. Step 1, share this video. Not because it helps me, but because it could help someone you care about. Maybe you have an elderly parent, an aunt, a neighbor. Maybe you're part of a church group or a caregiving community. Forward this video to them, post it to your social media, send it in a group chat. You never know who might need to hear it. Step 2, start a conversation. Ask someone over 65 if they've heard about the 2025 COVID variant. Bring up the new booster. See if they feel supported or forgotten. Sometimes just asking, "How are you really doing?" is the doorway to a life-changing conversation. Step 3, take care of your circle. Print out a checklist of the 5 tips we covered. Tape it to your fridge. Bring it to your next community meeting. Talk to the staff at your local senior center. Don't wait for an outbreak to start preparing. Don't wait for the media to catch up. Be early, be ready, because if no one else is talking about the silent surge, you can be the one who does. Let me ask you something before we end. Have you seen signs of this silent surge in your own life? Maybe in a family member, or someone at your church or your building. What's one small thing you could do this week to protect an elder in your life? Or if you're a senior watching this, what would make you feel more supported right now? Leave a comment below. I read everyone. And if this video helped you feel more informed, encouraged, or just less alone, would you mind doing me a small favor? Click the like button. It tells YouTube this message matters. Subscribe to this channel. I share weekly updates on senior health wellness and safety tips you can trust. And most importantly, share this message, because sometimes saving a life looks like sending a video at just the right time. Thank you for staying with me today. You could have watched anything, but you chose to care. And that gives me hope. Remember, preparedness isn't panic, and protecting our elders doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be consistent. Stay alert, stay compassionate, stay connected. Until next time, take care of yourself and someone else too.